Here, Dato, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to everyone and welcome to the 12th Bursa HLIB Stratum Focus Series, Cloud Computing, IT Now and the Future. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shifa Masuri, analyst from Hong Research, and I will be your host for today. In this 12th series, we will focus on Malaysia's digital transformation via hyperscale data center and cloud computing. The launch of My Digital and Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint in February early this year marks the government commitment in embracing shift in the technology space to greater heights. While the hyperscale data center and cloud computing is not something new in the country, the latest government aspiration in digital economy may provide a boost to the sector, benefiting companies in the ecosystem by acceleration in earnings. Before we commence with today's discussion, I would like to remind our speakers to please abide by the time limit. For our guests on the floor, should you have any questions, we would appreciate if they are reserved for the Q&A session after our speakers have presented. To kick off our event for today, please allow me to welcome Mr. Azhar Muhammad Zabidi, Director of Securities Market of Bursa Malaysia, to give his opening remarks. Let's welcome Mr. Azhar.
A very good morning. Firstly, to our partners from Hong Leong Investment Bank, Mr. Kwek Kon Chow, Stockbroking Chief Operating Officer, and Cik Wan Khairuddin, Head of Dealing, Corporate and Institutional Business Group, Public, our distinguished panel of speakers who have so kindly allocated time to share their knowledge at today's event. Yang Berusaha, Dr. Fadullah Suhaimi Abdul Malik, Chairman, Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, Mr. Kit Au, Executive Vice President, Time.com Berhad, Mr. Kang Eugene, Chief Technology Officer, Teras Technology, and Cik Rafiq Razali, Group Managing Director, Media Prima Berhad, fund managers, analysts, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning and welcome to Bursa HLIB Stratum Focus Series 12 and our second virtual seminar in this series with the theme, Cloud Computing, It's Now and the Future. On behalf of Bursa Malaysia and our partner Hong Leong Investment Bank, we wish to thank our distinguished speakers for participating in today's event. To our guests and investors, thank you for making time to participate. Ladies and gentlemen, the advent of the internet undoubtedly instituted an irreversible paradigm shift in all our lives. The connectivity offered by the internet has enabled us to traverse beyond geographical boundaries and interact with people across the globe. This catalyzed the development and growth of new industries and technologies while broadening the opportunities for existing businesses. In today's digital world, data is deemed to be invaluable. It often constitutes the core elements of a system, much akin to the droplets of water that form the oceans and lakes of our world. Drawing further upon the analogy, the traditional means of accessing water has always been via the use of physical infrastructure that channels water from its source and stores it for treatment and distribution. However, what's overlooked are the clouds that roam the sky, soaring to heights beyond the reach of onlookers from down below. Unlike the aforementioned analogy, cloud computing technology, the next frontier of data storage and accessibility, is very much within reach today. The facilitative initiatives and policies instituted by all members of the ecosystem are invaluable in driving adoption, enabling the transcendental shift towards new norms and storage and access. Malaysia is uniquely positioned to benefit from this shift, harboring a population of 32 or so million people, a sizable GNP, efficient energy cost, access to skilled employees, cheaper access to land, and lower construction cost compared to other Southeast Asian countries. It's also undergoing rapid digitization. The various data center providers and cloud players, such as Alibaba Cloud and Microsoft Azure, have established in this country. According to the Malaysia Data Center Market Report, the opportunity set is likely to exceed $800 million by 2025, and that's just a few years away. Furthermore, Malaysia is currently ranked 8th within the Asia Cloud Computing Association Readiness Index in 2020. The index evaluates 14 countries in terms of cloud computing adoption, and Malaysia has demonstrated substantial improvements within most of the parameters, including connectivity, energy sustainability, data center risk, business sophistication, and the freedom of information. However, the paradigm shift instituted by the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced businesses nationwide as well as globally to pivot to more innovative means of servicing their customers, has undoubtedly cemented the role of cloud technologies as the enabler of business continuity and hence sustainability. In 2020, Malaysia's e-commerce value soared by a third to 896 billion ringgit after registering an income of 675 billion in 2019, according to the latest data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia. During today's session, we will focus on cloud computing, more specifically, Malaysia's cloud policy and why it matters now, highlighting the government's initiatives, policy support, infrastructure readiness, and the importance of cloud computing technology to both the private and public sector in Malaysia. Today, we are honored to showcase 3 institutions who have played pioneering roles in spearheading digital transformation into cloud technology. We hope the discussion on their steadfast approach will pave the way forward for other corporates to instill the knowledge gained from their respective efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, the cloud is a centralized system that helps to deliver and transport data across the internet to data centers. Data and programs can be accessed easily in the centralized cloud system. According to the European Commission, cloud computing is the next frontier in information technology and has been heralded as the forerunner of the next tech revolution, much like the advent of the internet. Cloud computing provides IT efficiency and business agility. It enables mobile interactive applications that respond in real time to users, enabling effective and strategic use of IT tools by businesses to gain a competitive edge. This is achieved via rapid and scalable deployment, cost-efficient procurement, and avoiding the huge upfront costs for technology infrastructure. Malaysia's private sector has been receptive to cloud adoption, and the government's announcement to introduce a cloud-first strategy demonstrates an increasingly pro-cloud stance within the public sector. At the same time, Malaysia has launched a number of projects aimed at bringing both sectors closer together for holistic innovation, a data exchange hub for ministries to share information and better understand citizens, the My Identity digital platform, and several smart city projects aimed at better meeting citizens' needs in business, in education, healthcare, and welfare. Malaysia has embarked on many initiatives to become a digitally enabled nation. It is now time to consolidate and strengthen its existing initiatives to realize this vision. To achieve its true potential and extend digital transformation beyond the economy, Malaysia will need leadership from the top as well as supporting initiatives from the ground. At Bursa Malaysia, we recognize the need to stay ahead of the curve. Many of our listed corporates across the sectors of the economy have made great strides in their digital transformation into cloud technology, creating new revenue streams and areas of growth, capitalizing on its significant potential and the extent of opportunities to be seized. This resonates strongly with the Malaysia Digital Economic Blueprint by My Digital, which recommends sectoral focus initiatives to grow the digital economy. These initiatives enable the sector-specific opportunities arising from global and regional trends to be actualized. 4 sectors are covered in the blueprint, namely agriculture, construction, manufacturing, and services. Under the services sector, 10 subsectors are identified, which include information and communication technology, arts, entertainment and recreation, and the financial insurance sector. A total of 28 initiatives were developed, which fall under 3 themes, namely digital adoption, data sharing, analytics, as well as digital skills. Thus, there are tremendous opportunities to be tapped across the spectrum. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope the upcoming presentations and nuanced discussions will enlighten you on the inherent value proposition offered by cloud technology and pave the way for your respective journeys. I wish to thank HLIB, who has worked tirelessly to bring together an interesting lineup of speakers who will provide you with the greater depth and perspective on this topic. As such, do take advantage of the presence of these chosen experts. Ask as many questions as you wish and have a robust discussion. Thank you and a very good morning.